Welcome back to the madness conversation. In my own words, Stephen M. Smith. Very excited to see Crimson Tide landing a quarterback for the 2018 class. 3-star Lane Hatcher from Pulaski Academy, Little Rock, Arkansas. 247 Sports rating him as a dual threat quarterback. One thing I found out was that Dan Enos was his primary recruiter. Enos, former quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator for the Arkansas Razorbacks from 2015 to 2017. So good to see the ties between Enos and Hatcher well placed. The relationship there pretty strong, and excited to see what goes on with that young man for years to come. But the conversation I'm about to bring up is the one that I'm very excited, happy to dive into. The Southeastern Conference coaches in Destin, Florida for spring meetings. This event about to climax on Friday. There were a number of questions thrown out there, put into action, but the overarching theme of this event, graduate transfers. What are we going to do about these darn graduate transfers and this rule? Nick Saban has had his fair share, few run-ins with graduate transfers, including one situation that really bit him in the butt, that being the Maurice Smith situation. A little background story here on Mo as we set the scene here. Maurice Smith, we all remember, came in that 2013 heavyweighted signing class that had Reuben Foster, Tim Williams, Jonathan Allen, Robert Foster, Eddie Jackson, Ardarius Stewart. The list goes on, came in that class from Sugar Land, Texas. Maurice Smith wanted to play outside island corner. That was the spot he was recruited to, but unfortunately, during his time with the Crimson Tide, could never play that spot because there was somebody always in that spot. Whether in 2013 it was Cyrus Jones, Dion Blue, Eddie Jackson. 2014 it was Cyrus Jones, Eddie Jackson. And in 2015, to the disappointment of Smith, it was Cyrus Jones and Marlon Humphrey at both corner spots. Now, Mo did get a chance to play a lot on special teams, kick coverage, punt coverage, that ordeal. Got a chance to be a solid rotationary piece in the nickel and dime package. But prior to the 2016 season, and I'm kind of paraphrasing this here, I could see Maurice Smith walking into Nick Saban's office going, "What's up, coach? What's going on? Roll Tide roll, coach. How you feeling? Peep this, coach. I've enjoyed my time at the University of Alabama. I really have. I've gotten the opportunity to be coached by the best. I was able to win a national championship in 2015. That was cool. Got a chance to be a part of a couple of Southeastern Conference titles. I've earned my degree. I've built relationships with people that I will cherish for a lifetime. But I feel like my time at Alabama has run its course, Coach Saban. I feel like now I'm at this point in my life where I want to be the man. I want to be a primary starter. I want to be at least a valuable rotationary piece. And I want to go somewhere where I can build my NFL draft portfolio. I mean, are you picking up what I'm putting down, Coach Saban? Can you help me there? And Coach Saban, who is very complimentary of his players, Coach Saban, who is always on the amen front for his players, it's like, okay, Mo, I feel you, son. I want to see you succeed. I hate that you couldn't achieve your dreams here. I hate that you feel like your time here has run its course, but I'll help you. I'm right here by the computer. What school you want to go to, Mo? Just name it and we'll type it up and we'll look into it. Coach, I want to go to Georgia. Oh, Mo. What? Baby, repeat that. What? I want to go to Georgia, Coach. Oh, Mo. Baby, I can't help you there, Mo. I can't help you there, son. It's not that I don't want to help you. It's Mo. It's a law. It's a law written in black and white, Mo. It's a mandate by the doggone NCAA, Mo. By the SEC front office, Mo. Oh, Mo. I want to help you, but son, my hands are tied. I can't do that, Mo. I know I'm the biggest, baddest coach in college football, Mo. I know the SEC fears me, Mo. I know I got the persuasion power, Mo, but I can't step outside that law, Mo. Can't do it. Can't do it, Mo. Can't do it. And Mo tries his darndest to get that release from Alabama to Georgia. He tries. His appeal keeps getting blocked. His appeal keeps getting blocked. It got to a point to where Mo's mother got involved, and she comes down, she talks to Coach Saban, and Coach Saban tells his mom the same thing he tells him. Look, ma'am, I want to help Mo. I love Mo, but this is a law. This is a mandate. It's written in black and white. I can't step outside the law. Can't do it. Can't do it. Then there's the YouTube interview where a news outlet got a hold of Mo's mom, and she's crying in the interview, mascara flooding from her face. Why they can't release my baby? He earned his degree. He has done everything he was supposed to do. Why they won't free my baby? Got my baby held hostage in Alabama. And somehow, some way, in some form, Mo Smith has some coaching influence to get to him. Whether it was Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker, I don't know. But some coaching influence got to Mo and said, Mo, there's a way out, son. All you got to do, change your major, bring it up to the NCAA and let them know, hey, if I stay at Alabama, I'm not fulfilling my academic requirement as a graduate transfer trying to get my master's. And somehow, Mo got away. Ended up going right to Georgia, playing for Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker. And now this same situation has reared its head again in the form of offensive lineman Brandon Kennedy, who recently walks into Nick Saban's office, plays the same old song and dance. Coach, I've enjoyed my time here. Won a couple of national championships, couple of SEC titles, built relationships with friends, coached by the best, but I want to be the man. I want to be the guy. I want to be an impact starter. I want to improve my NFL portfolio. Nick Saban, like Mo Smith, okay, Brandon, I understand, son. I hate the fact that you couldn't achieve your dreams here, but I'm right here by the computer. Pick a school, any school. I'll help you look into. What is it, son? Coach, I'm thinking about Auburn or Tennessee. Oh, Brandon. Huh? Brandon, what? Repeat that again, Brandon. What? Auburn or Tennessee? Oh! Brandon, we play both of those schools every year. They're both in the SEC. Brandon, oh. I'm not trying to block you, son. It's not that I don't want to help you. It's a law. It's a rule. It's mandated. It's in black and white, Brandon. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it, Brandon. Brandon Kennedy tries to get his appeal filed. His appeal gets denied. And in the SEC coaches meeting for the spring, Destin, Florida, the conversation, graduate transfers. Nick Saban being thrown the question, do you think graduate transfers have earned the right to be released and to go to any school of their choosing? They've gotten their degree. They've done what they're supposed to do for your program. But do they have the complete right from you, Nick Saban, to go anywhere they want to go? And Nick Saban, as he always does, brings it back to the rule. Then he also goes like this. Why are y'all coming at me Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't shoot the messenger, shoot the message. It's not my fault. I'm not trying to block these kids. I'm playing by the rules, laws, regulations being set in front of me by the NCAA and the governing body of officials known as the Southeastern Conference. But what got me was Saban's continuation of his statement. Just to add to what's already been said about him being biggest, baddest coach in college football, Nick Saban, best recruiter in the game, most highly tenured coach in the Southeastern Conference, most consistent winner, and last but not least, very highly persuasive. If you don't think he is, just go ask Kirby Holcutt, Bill Hancock, and the College Football Playoff Committee. They'll tell you. College Football Committee just about to put Ohio State in the top 4 of his past season. Nick Saban goes, I know we didn't beat Auburn. I know we didn't win our conference. I know we didn't win our division. But before you put Ohio State in their committee, hear me out on this. If we would have lost by 31 to a team like Iowa, which in the SEC would be Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Arkansas, if we would have lost to somebody like that by 31, not only would you guys roast me to a scum, but we would not even be considered for the college football playoff in any right-minded journalists, media personnel that would put us in there. You would have their credentials revoked. And on top of that, committee, if we would have lost to a team by double digits at home, Tuscaloosa, Bryant-Denny Stadium, our place to live forever, the self-same thing would apply. I know we didn't win our conference. I know we didn't win our region. I know we lost to Auburn, but committee, consider this. We don't get beat by 31. Consider this. We don't get beat by double digits at home in our house. And the committee is like, crap. Oh, snap. He's right. And what happened? Next day, Alabama, top 4 in the college football playoff, the number 4 and final seed. Very persuasive. Nick Saban, highly persuasive. So what does he do? Well, he's being put under the ringer with these questions, and after he starts off his statement with the law, he comes back and he goes, look, guys, I'm not in favor for this rule. I'm not trying to have guys flying around like free agents in the National Basketball Association. But if you think that changing this rule will better the game, if you think that changing this rule will better the situation, then hey, I'm down. And I wonder if you guys, or how many of you guys remember that very popular meme on social media a couple of months back? It was the Kermit the Frog meme. And there are 2 frogs. There's the frog that represents the person, and there's the frog that has the black hoodie on and the hood is pulled over their face, the frog's face. And the hooded up frog represents the darker inner you conscience. And the moment Nick Saban spoke that detonator into the minds of the NCAA and the lawmaking bodies of the SEC, every other coach in that room mentally went into a panic. Because prior to that, all the other SEC coaches are probably going, yeah, graduate transfer rule, yeah, free all the kids, yeah, Nick Saban can't hold those kids down, yeah, let them transfer, let them do what the heck they want to do, yeah, we can take players from Bama, yeah. And the moment Nick Saban opens his mouth, the inner frog, the inner conscious goes, do you know what the beep you've just done? Do you know what you've just said? Do you know the coach that has just made that statement? You can't beat him with the rule in place. Imagine when the rule no longer abides, how much he is going to wax your butt through the mud. And the coaches go, wait a minute, stop. No graduate transfer rule. No, keep it the same. Keep it the same. Keep it just the way it is. Nick Saban has just put the detonator into the minds of the SEC lawmaking bodies and the NCAA. I don't think this rule will pass. The voting on it is going to be Friday in Destin, Florida. I don't think the rule passes. But if this rule passes, if the rule is changed and college players, guys in the SEC, guys in the Southeastern Conference, all over college football, can pick and choose where they want to go, can pick up, leave, and go as they please. And it's like the NBA where LeBron James can choose where he wants to go, Kevin Durant can choose where he wants to go. Super teams are forming out of nowhere, and people have no respect for these teams because they form out of nowhere. Could you imagine if college football passes this? They alter the SEC graduate transfer law. They alter the graduate transfer law altogether, and this happens. You want to know the craziness of this? I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say Tennessee, the Volunteers, have a linebacker by the name of Mike Thompson, right? And let's say Mike Thompson played for Jeremy Pruitt for 3 seasons. He was all SEC, all-American type player 2 of the 3 years he's there. He's got his degree. He was team leader in tackles 2 of the 3 years. Team leader in tackles for loss. One of the team leaders in sacks. Team leader in creating turnovers. Big-time player, big-time prospect, big-time talent. But let's say while he was at Rocky Top, did not accomplish a conference title, did not get to a national championship game and win one. And he wants out of Tennessee. And he gets his release from the Volunteers. And there's a line of coaches, there's a line of SEC suitors at his front door thinking, we're finna get this kid and come up. Like you got Barry Odom, Missouri, Mark Stoops, Kentucky, Derek Mason, Vanderbilt, Matt Luke, Ole Miss, Chad Morris, Arkansas, Kirby Smart, Georgia, Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M, Dan Mullen, Florida. All of these coaches lined up thinking, we're gonna get this kid. And they look at their program, they look at their fan base, they look at their athletic facilities, they take full inventory of the situation that they're in. And they're trying to take what should be a 2-sentence statement describing their program, and they turn it into being an 8-page novel. They take a 2-sentence statement and they try to bring it toward, look at our facilities. Look at the water we have here. Look at the atmosphere. Look at our athletic complex. Look at our fan base. Look at all the beautiful women we have here. Look at our food court. You could be the missing piece to complete us. You can be the missing piece that puts us at the top. Like we're growing, we're getting there, we're on the scene, but you could be the missing piece that puts us into the stratosphere. And like they're trying to say all the right things. They're pulling all the cliches out of their butt, trying to get this man, Mike Thompson, to smile, laugh, giggle, consider them. And then here comes Nick Saban. Here he comes. And like jingling keys on a desk, he shakes those championship rings on the table of Mike Thompson's home. And he comes into Mike Thompson's house. And he says, what's going on, shawty? I just got a couple of things I want to tell you. You like to win? You like to win in style? I've noticed you've caught my bling. You like bling? You like bling, don't you? You like going to the National Football League. You want to play in the NFL? You want to be a first-round pick? Then what you waiting on, shawty? What you waiting on? That kid is going to pick up and go straight to Alabama. It's not even close. That kid is going to pick up his grip and follow Nick Saban straight to Alabama. And here's why. It's not even the rings. So the rings play a role. Education plays a role. That kid's going to look at, I get a chance to be a first-round pick. You just look at what Nick Saban's done. In the last 10 years, last 10 seasons, Alabama has put 77 players in the NFL draft. That's the most by any Division I school, any school period in college football. Then you look at the 12 players that just recently got drafted. You know those guys. Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Miami Dolphins, Daron Payne, Washington Redskins, Calvin Ridley, Atlanta Falcons, Rashaan Evans, Tennessee Titans, Anthony Averett, Baltimore Ravens, Ronnie Harrison, Jacksonville Jaguars, Sean Deion Hamilton, Washington Redskins, Bradley Bozeman, Baltimore Ravens, J.K. Scott, Green Bay Packers, Bo Scarborough, Dallas Cowboys, Joshua Frazier, Pittsburgh Steelers, Deshaun Hand, Detroit Lions. Those guys. Those 12 guys right there. Those 12 picks, a record under Nick Saban at Alabama. The most in Crimson Tide history since 2017 when Alabama put 10 guys in the draft. It's also the most in a 32-round draft history since 1945. Also, the 12 players being put in the draft by Nick Saban, the most by any Southeastern Conference school in the history of the venue. You can't compete with that. And that's just the 12 that got drafted. Alabama put 17 players from this class as a whole to an NFL home. Levi Wallace, Buffalo Bills, undrafted rookie free agent signing. Robert Foster, Buffalo Bills, undrafted rookie free agent signing. Tony Brown, Los Angeles Chargers, undrafted rookie free agent signing. Cam Sims, Washington Redskins. J.C. Halsenauer, Atlanta Falcons. You look at the NFL right now, guys, of the 32 teams, 29 at least have one former Bama player. That's 91%. Whew. It's just about the entire league. The entire league is decked out in Bama, in crimson and white, 91%. Only 3 NFL teams don't have a Bama player. The Cleveland Browns, and let's just be honest, Alabama fans are happy about that. The Cleveland Browns, the Carolina Panthers, and the Minnesota Vikings. Those are the only 3 teams. While all these other coaches would be sitting here doing Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River, naming every possible scenario as to why you need to come to their conference, their school, Nick Saban walks up to the kid. You like bling? You want to win? You want to win well? You want to win in style? You want to be a first-round pick? What you waiting on, shawty? It's right here. Nick Saban has put the detonator in the brain of the college football lawmaking body and of the SEC. Don't think this rule passes, but if it does, I mean, Nick Saban's going to win regardless. He's going to get his regardless. But if this rule is passed, if coaches think it's hard enough to beat Nick Saban now, once this rule passes, it's going to be 3 times as hard. Nick Saban's the Michael Jordan of college football. When Michael Jordan was playing for the Chicago Bulls, nobody else could sniff a ring. Nobody. Nobody could sniff one. It's when he left to play minor league baseball for the Birmingham Barons, you had guys like Reggie Miller, Indiana Pacers, Patrick Ewing, New York Knicks, Akeem Olajuwon, Houston Rockets, Shaquille O'Neal, Orlando Magic, all going, Michael's gone? He's gone? Hallelujah! There is a God! We can finally win a ring! Our time has come! The big bad man is gone! And the moment Michael Jordan came back, that son of a crap, he's back. Wearing number 45, but he's back. And he would go on to win 3 more national championships in the NBA. Nick Saban, just like that. College football waiting on this man to retire so that the playing field in college football can be normal again. I'm going to tell y'all this, college football coaches and SEC guys. Nick Saban ain't leaving the game no time soon. He ain't leaving the game. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but he's not leaving the game anytime soon. I was gonna do the Kirby Smart comment along with this segment, but you know what? I'll save that for the other side of the break. Coming up next, we'll get into Kirby Smart's comment. His inner self was probably yelling more expletives after he said this. We'll get into Kirby Smart's comment, and I dive into my top 5 coaches with the most pressure for next season. Don't touch that dial, folks. We're just getting cranked up. It's in my own words. We're coming back. It's your boy, Stephen M. Smith, host of In My Own Words, the podcast. If you are a fan of this show, then I encourage you to subscribe to the Touchdown Alabama Magazine YouTube channel. Also follow the brand on Facebook, Twitter, and other forms of social media as we continue to bring you the best in Alabama football and Crimson Tide athletics.